When I saw that a senior black pit bull had been surrendered to the shelter, I knew his chances of getting out were slim. On top of that, Max was heartworm positive and very sick. The shelter gave him several different antibiotics, but he continued to decline and get sicker. He needed blood work that the shelter could not provide, and he became last call due to his quality of life. I could not let this sweet boy, who had been failed by humans, die at the shelter, so I agreed to foster him, and Fort Worth Abandoned Animal Alliance stepped up without hesitation to cover the cost of the labs, in hopes that it would give us a better picture of what was making Max so sick. Little did we know that the blood work would turn into thousands and thousands of dollars of vet costs. Max was initially treated for pneumonia, but he continued to vomit frequently and lose weight. I watched his large frame continue to dwindle away to nothing but skin and bones. After many visits to the ER, he was finally diagnosed with megaesophagus, a condition where the esophagus bulges and is unable to properly move food to the stomach. This condition unfortunately has no cure and requires a specific feeding regimen and upright feeding in a special chair. He was such a trooper, as he and I both tried to figure out this complicated diagnosis. Although this diagnosis was stressful and overwhelming for us both, Max deserved to feel better, no matter what. We made his chair feedings fun. I sang songs to him, played with the ball, and whistled funny tunes to try to keep him distracted. Despite his sickness, he was the sweetest boy. He followed me around everywhere, loved my other dogs, and learned how to play with toys. Playing fetch in the yard was his absolute favorite. Max eventually started to gain weight and finally started acting like he was feeling better. An amazing adopter from Indiana decided to adopt him, so I drove him to Arkansas and met her halfway. He was doing really well, but then declined fast. He started losing weight, not eating, not walking, and the vet thought he had a large GI bleed. I got to talk to him on the phone the day he crossed over, and I told him how much I loved him and how much his life mattered. It is not uncommon for Fort Worth Abandoned Animal Alliance to pull dogs like Max. They are committed to giving every dog a chance to have the best life ever, no matter the cost.